So I'm Kevin Wade. I'm the president and CEO of IntelliSystems. So I've been with IntelliSystems since the day that I started it on my dining room table about 30 years ago. In fact, June 3rd, 1993, 30 years ago is the anniversary. So it's a funny thing, when I was a kid, I was very interested in electronics, and so that kind of inspired me to have an interest in eventually computers, but electronic devices. Also, I was interested in radio propagation as a kid. And so later on I went to school, to college rather, and in college I at some point thought that I would be a computer science graduate or major, and I did not do that well in computer science, so I'm not a good coder. I can't write programs that well. But I thought that this is an interesting field. It's electronics, it's software, and even today it's part radio, and I thought, this could be an interesting field to be in. So my first job was selling computers at what was a Computerland, which was a nationwide chain of boutique stores, walk-in stores, and I was in charge of selling computers. Within a year or so, they promoted me to be the manager of the store that I worked at, and which was interesting because I had worked for my father over the years, and he owned stores and retail, and so I pretty quickly learned some of the business requirements that I needed there in the store. Accounts receivable, making sure that all of our customers paid, but also making sure that we paid everyone that what they needed to be paid, and also just verifying payroll and commissions and for the employees of my store. And so it gave me a good foundation, of course, to be responsible for a business and running a business. I worked for another company that dealt with mostly Fortune 1000 and public sector sales, so I learned a good bit about working with larger companies too. But when I started this company, I did a little bit of everything. I rolled out of bed and did accounting, and worked on computers and printers to repair them. At some point I'd go out of the house and head out to customer offices or potential customers and talk to them about some things that I could do for them. And then I'd come back at the end of the day, sometimes carrying equipment that needed to be repaired. I'd come in and maybe have dinner, and then I'd be back doing some accounting, maybe invoicing some customers. So I did a little bit of, or maybe some ordering. That was the other thing. I did a little bit of everything though in running the company for the first 18 months. It was me. But later I brought on some partners that were more technical than me, and that was a good move. I think we've reinvented ourselves multiple times over the years in as far as the business model and how we work to serve our clients. But that was kind of the roots of where we got started. So a typical day for me is I usually come in. I have what I call my dashboard. There's certain things from a financial standpoint I take a look at just to see where we stand today. We are privileged, I think, to have an accounting department that works hard to have all of our information in, and it's pretty real time every day. So I get some good numbers, I get some good, my dashboard is usually pretty accurate. But I also have a number of people that I work with. I'm active with marketing. I have a marketing manager that does a great job. I have a sales manager that does a great job, and he and I talk quite a bit. And then I work with our accounting. A great CFO and other accounting personnel. I work with them directly. And I have two partners that I work with regularly as well for technical, that supervise our technical staff, and anything that may be a problem or it needs my attention. I'll work with them on that as well. But I enjoy also just going around and just, hamming it up, I guess you can say, with the number of the employees that work here. And we all have a good time, and we all enjoy each other. And even though I don't directly supervise all of them, I like them to feel like that we can talk. My favorite part about working at IntelliSystems is, one, it's the freedom of we get to do the type or run the kind of business we like to run. And we really enjoy being able to deliver a Disney World type experience, or even today a Chick-fil-A type of experience, where we feel like that we're the best at what we do. And I like to work with our employees and hopefully help them feel the same way. I get to do a little bit of a variety of things every day. That's a positive. I get to do some work with accounting. I get to work with marketing and sales, and even interact with some of the technical engineers that are working on solving some of our customers' problems. So I like to multitask. I guess that maybe that's an old word now, but I like to be able to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and get a feel for what's going on in the business. And I think that's what's been a strength in what management benefit that I provide to the company, is that I have a little bit of knowledge about a lot of different things. Well, one thing about being in business for 30 years, I feel like that we have stood the test of time, and sometimes I feel like that it surprises me actually that we've stuck around for 30 years. That's something that I always read, and that's what I saw about companies on TV and read about when I was younger, and I thought, well, they must be doing a good job. And I like to feel like that over 30 years we do a good job. That we try to take care of our customers. We're involved with our customers and try to help make their life and their business run and work better. And not bragging, but we've been consistent, and that's powerful. I think when our customers, they typically want to be able to trust you, because it's a pretty big commitment to hand over your IT management, your IT support, your cybersecurity, even your telephone communications. They're handing it over to us to manage. It's a big commitment, and I feel like that we earn their trust with our longevity and our skilled employees. Fun fact about me, I actually got a few of them. One good friend of mine calls me the Renaissance Man. And that's probably because I have a number of odd little interests. I have a 150-year-old house that I'm constantly doing renovation and fixing and all of that. But I play a number of different musical instruments. I do digital recording, so I've made my own recordings, records, whatever, and that's always fun. I perform sometimes in church with some of that material. I have a still, and I actually manufacture moonshine. It's actually, what I really like is actually the rye whiskey. I don't sell it, but it's fun to make, and it's just sort of a craft hobby. I'm Kevin Wade. I'm the President and CEO of IntelliSystems.